It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this special occasion where we gather to celebrate excellence, mentorship, and the spirit of research at the great University of Johannesburg. As Acting Executive Director for Research, Development and Support, I'm honored to open today's program, which reflects the vibrant academic community we're all privileged to be part of. Let us enjoy this morning together as we celebrate, reflect, and look ahead with renewed energy and purpose. Thank you and welcome once again. I'd now like to ask the UJ Choir to come on stage for the first of our entertainments. UJ Choir, thank you. Thank you, UJ Choir, for always reminding us how beautiful collaboration can be and for lifting our spirits. I'd like to now call upon our key star of the event, our own Vice-Chancellor and Principal, Prof. Tlokwe Mpedi, because what is a celebration without expression of gratitude for that celebration? So I now invite the VC on stage to share some words of thanks that reflect the heart of our university. VC.
Thank you very much, Madam Program Director, Professor Victoria Graham. Good morning to, before I do all these good mornings, let's give UJ Choir another warm round of an applause, colleagues. We're really blessed to have this mighty choir that is always prepared to come and sing. Whenever you call them, they show up, isn't it? And we're really proud of the great UJ Choir. Good morning to our MEC and ELG members, the deans, vice deans of our faculties, the college and the business school, our distinguished NRF-rated researchers, our dedicated supervisors, our esteemed and emerging scholars, and all other UJ colleagues joining us today. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. Prof. Mashao, you must clap, eh? The fact that you are not getting an award, doesn't mean you mustn't clap for others. Indeed, this is the second appreciation event, and thank you so much, Madam Divisar and I, Prof. Vicky Graham, and everybody who supported you, and all who made this possible. I don't want to leave people out. Once you start mentioning names, you start forgetting people, then you get into trouble. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for making this possible. Indeed, it is my dream that this becomes an annual event on the UJ calendar, so that, we acknowledge people who make us shine and inspire others, isn't it? To continue contributing towards the success of this great university. I couldn't come here and say thanks without wearing orange. I've got my orange socks and my orange waistcoat. I got a little bit confused because I've been called names this morning because of this orange waistcoat. One colleague started singing, I won't mention names, about Isnor Baichi, and another one said I look like a flight attendant. So don't ask me for drinks, or chicken or beef. And and another one said we could start Amadodana se UJ. Methodist Church, they've got Amadodana se Wesili. They wear red ones. So I said to my colleague, no, it will be Amadoda. I say UJ, So whoever wants to join me, Prof. Basu, I'm watching, wants to join me as part of Amadoda say UJ, you are most welcome. But I must warn you, you must work on your, otherwise, the buttons feel like they want to pop, so I must always check, Ladies and gentlemen, it is a true honor and a privilege to address you today with a few words of welcome and appreciation at this special event where we come together to express our sincere appreciation for the outstanding contributions of our research community, our top researchers, dedicated supervisors, and scholars whose work continues to elevate the great University of Johannesburg on national and global platforms. People get so worked up when I say great University of Johannesburg. I see how they roll their eyes, and I'm saying that's their problem. They started calling themselves mighty and all that. Have you noticed how people are stressing about what we are doing, colleagues? Have you noticed? It's just incredible, isn't it? Huh? You don't agree? It's incredible, isn't it? But we must continue doing what we do best. We don't do it for others. We don't do it to compete, isn't it? We do it because these things need to be done, If they stress, that is their problem, We are moving on, doing what we do best. This occasion, ladies and gentlemen, is not only a moment of celebration to recognize 20 years of research growth at UJ, but also a reaffirmation of our collective commitment to academic excellence, knowledge generation, and societal impact. Let us begin with a simple yet powerful truth. Research matters, ladies and gentlemen. It matters for our students, for our communities, for our country, for our continent, and for the world. And none of this would be possible without the remarkable efforts of the individuals gathered here today. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to share a few important facts that are particularly relevant to this occasion. This year, UJ has been ranked the top producer of research outputs in South Africa for the third consecutive time. This is one thing that I don't know how people are going to deal with, but that is their problem. We got a letter that we cannot say we have been ranked number one. We did. I know this is being filmed, and I don't care. No, but it's in the report. It's a public report. You look, you add, UJ is number one. It's not like we are lying or anything, but that is their problem. The stress that people go through, that I mentioned earlier, clearly somebody complained and people came with all sorts of stories. We know for years people have been saying we are cooking books and so on. I mean, we invest a lot of money in supporting our researchers. I mean, with one unit, if you publish just one unit in an international journal, so you know you can go overseas on a cheap economy ticket. You can go overseas and attend a conference. And our peers, many of our peers, and I'm not here to bash them, it's their problem. You know, one unit, you get 5,000 rands. What are you going to do with 5,000 rands? So sometimes we need to mention this reality. Some people leave, you know, because here at UJ we identify talent early on and support people to grow and be the best that they can be. This is what we are all about. This is how some of us managed to grow at this university, because some people saw potential in us. Just as simple researchers working, you know, quietly, and people said, you know what, you have a chance to grow and be one of the best in the business or leader in your area of research, and we got support. I'm that example. I'm here because I was supported by men and women who believed in me, who didn't know me. I just came from Hammanskraal, worked here as a simple researcher, and people supported me all the way to become your Vice-Chancellor today. And we're not going to stop. We're going to support many other young people. But unlike me, many, when they arrive or they believe they have arrived, they think they're too good for this university. And then they go elsewhere thinking that the support they got here, they will get somewhere. And when they get there, they get a shock of their life. 5,000 rands. Then you have to go and beg. One thing I liked about this university is that if you publish, you don't have to beg to the Dean's Committee for money. Not that you shouldn't ask if you need. But if you publish, you've got your research funds, you can do what you need to do within the policy. Am I telling the truth? Or have I lost touch with reality since I haven't been at the faculty for a long time, Prof. Fori? So these are the things that we need to remind ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to continue to support our young and emerging researchers. Between 2005 and 2023, ladies and gentlemen, UJSD had accredited publications outputs increased by a factor of 9.8 times, from 326 units in 2005 to 3,195 units in 2023. I mean, this deserves a warm round of an applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this represents a remarkable average growth rate, which at 14% per annum is exactly double that of the South African higher education sector's growth of 7% over the same period. If people can't do things, then what do? They start saying, oh, they are cheating, it can't be true, and all those things. And ladies and gentlemen, today I want to request all of you. I'm not saying we should be arrogant, but we should stop, sitting there and being punching bags of people who try and... Don't be afraid to tell people about what we are doing here in terms of the investment that we are making, the support that you get, and the vision that we have, because it takes great vision and hard work. Prof. Schmaman, it takes a lot of hard work, isn't it? And when people rubbish your hard work, I get hot under the collar. And I want you to join me. Not that we should go and focus on people. As they say, winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. But we must get the facts out there. Gone are the days of us being humble. I always use this example, and I know Prof. Khan, you like it, that sometimes people associate us with not... if people look down on you and they want you to stay down, no matter how well you are doing, they just want you to remain, that humble little villager without shoes and all that type of thing, even if you have the best pair of shoes. Ostrich skin, they still say it's fake. What do you do? What do you do, colleagues? Do you keep on saying yes? No, at some point you have to tell them that actually it's you who's wearing fake. It's you who's basking on your former glory. The time has come, ladies and gentlemen. So Prof. Khan likes the story, not necessarily that, I think you find it interesting. I always share it. Allow me to share it quickly. I always talk about my village origins, and I know this is not about me. We were not that poor. We didn't sleep without food, ladies and gentlemen, because when you talk about this, people think shame. No. We had something to eat, and we had the television already in the 80s, colleagues. So just to get that out of the way. But, with my first paycheck, I wanted to do something nice for my younger brother and younger sister. So I went to Spitz. Then it was called AD Spitz, Prof. Basso. and I bought them each a pair of Lacoste sneakers. It cost me a lot of money, given how much I earned, that I wanted them to have something special. And guess what? The whole village, villagers came to inspect those sneakers to make sure that they were genuine articles. People who never owned a pair, even a fake pair, they came to our house, my mom's place, to inspect the sneakers. Word spread that they don't have only one pair in that house, two. Can you believe it? The gall, When people act the way people are acting, it reminds me of that. So we should stop being humble about these things, not being arrogant. It's like when we say we're doing something at UJ, you guys, and I'm like, what is this supposed to mean? Don't get me started with that. Let me get on with my speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, as of 8 August, UJ has 365 NRF-rated researchers recognized for their scholarly excellence and international standing. These ratings, ladies and gentlemen, are peer-reviewed, as you know. These are peer-reviewed endorsements of our researchers as national and global leaders in their fields. A warm round of applause. I see you, Prof. Maine. I see you. Thank you. I see you, Prof. Schmaman. I see you, Prof. Heidi Abrahams. I saw her earlier. Are you here, Prof? I thought I saw Prof. Heidi, but even if she's not here, we see her work. And all of you listen. And I hope you see me because I'm B-rated. Prof. Chen, I hope you see me. I'm B-rated. Recently, we proudly celebrated 2 of our UJ colleagues receiving National Science and Technology Forum Awards and 6 others receiving prestigious NRF awards. Another testament to the excellence and impact of our research community. A warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, these numbers speak to a research culture at UJ that is deeply embedded, highly productive, and strategically driven. And they reflect the seamless collaboration of our Research Development and Support Office, the excellence of our institutes and research centers, rigorous faculty quality controls, and the expanded opportunities created through research fellowships, to mention only a few initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, each publication unit, every successful grant, every NRF rated awarded, and each graduate supervised to completion, these are more than academic metrics. They represent hours of dedication, sacrifice, and a deep commitment to pushing the boundaries of knowledge. To our top researchers, your consistent output, often against the backdrop of funding constraints, time pressures, and increasing administrative burdens, is not short of inspirational. We salute you, ladies and gentlemen. A warm round of applause. To our outstanding supervisors, thank you for shaping the next generation of scholars. Your mentorship, often unseen and unquantified, is what sustains the research ecosystem and ensures continuity and excellence in scholarship. A warm round of applause. I see you, Prof. Fori. To our NRF-rated researchers, we salute your global recognition and peer-reviewed endorsement as leaders in your fields. Your success is a beacon of what is possible for South African researchers and for African scholarship more broadly. A warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Johannesburg is unapologetically a university of the 21st century. Dynamic, responsive, and embedded in the realities of the global South. One thing I like about this university is that this university is not carried by one man or one woman. Do you agree? You don't sound convincing. From where I'm standing, this university is not carried by one man or one woman. There's an army, the Orange Army of men and women from every faculty and college, Prof. Moloi, I don't want you to say I'm leaving you out, and the business school, Prof. Drotsky, that contribute every day. And excellence doesn't only come from faculties, it also comes from our support domains. The registrar's domain, amazing work that is being done there is incredible. From our facilities, you know, the way our finances are managed, Madam CFO, the way, you know, when people try to mess with us, because when you do well, people will test you, but we have our Office of the General Counsel. The way our, you know, public relations, student, you know, Prof. Ngolunga, where is Prof. Ngolunga? Your title is long, I must shorten it. Stakeholder relations, marketing, brand and marketing, sport, student affairs. Where's Prof. Ngolunga? I saw him. Prof. Basu, where did he disappear to? He's in trouble. But anyway, it's just a joke. So when you look at all of this work that is being done, it's incredible. Teaching and learning, Prof. Khan. Incredible stuff. Because remember, you cannot say you are a good teacher if your teaching is not informed by current research, isn't it? You don't agree? You cannot say you are a good teacher while your teaching is not informed by current research developments. So all of these things are interrelated, ladies and gentlemen, and we do it together. And as I always say, we cannot say, look at how special we are while we contribute nothing to the communities, you know, that we are supposed to be serving. We work closely with our communities. And we go to our communities, rural. We just returned Prof. Mashau, Prof. Ngolunga, Prof. Moloi, and I drove to Northwest, and we visited Amahlu, Biaso Northwest. We spent 2 days there, and it's just impressive, you know, what the villagers are doing there. And a competent, you know, young chief, Inkosi Zibi. Those guys, you know, they cultivate sunflower. They harvested 9,000 tons of sunflower. They use driverless tractors that use GPS to plow the fields. Sounds like science fiction, isn't it? These are the type of people we want to work with, you know. So we work with our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, our vision is not to mimic others. As I always say, Prof. Basso helped me, UJ innovates, others imitate. I know you love this. Our vision, ladies and gentlemen, is not to mimic others, but to lead with contextual relevance, global competitiveness, and ethical responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, your research is at the core of this mission. It speaks directly to the challenges and opportunities of our time. From artificial intelligence to African philosophy, from climate change adaptation to economic justice, the diversity and depth of your scholarship reflect not only disciplinary excellence, but a shared sense of purpose. To use knowledge in service of society for positive societal impact. I thank each and every one of you for joining in this celebration with us today. As we say at UJ, UJ! All the way. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, my dream for this university is not to be the best in the world. You look surprised. My dream for this university is to be a university which is the best university for the world. There's a huge difference. And people don't get it, but one day they will. We must strive to be the best university for the world, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of how we contribute to realities on the ground. The world is struggling. People are excited about how exclusive they are while marginalizing people and things like that. And what we are doing here at UJ is to transform lives, and we should continue to do that, continue to build bridges, remain hungry, humble, but also assertive, and not allow people, you know, to to rubbish our hard work, because as I indicated, it takes a lot to achieve things that we have achieved. Sometimes I get worked up, and then I later say, hey, you know what? Let me be understanding. I would feel like them. It could have been worse. I could have been them, So let's continue to do what we are doing, and you can count on our continued support. Thank you very much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, VC. You're always so inspirational, and you speak from your heart. I think we respond to that. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we're grateful for you. Now, colleagues, behind every breakthrough stands a mentor who believed in the possibility. So to speak about the transformative power of research mentoring, we welcome our Deputy Vice-Chancellor at Research and Innovation, Prof. Rofewa Peswana-Mafuya, to share a few words with us. It's about 15 minutes, Prof, right? We'll stick to that. And we welcome you on stage. Thank you, Prof.
Program Director, Prof. Victoria Graham, the Vice-Chancellor and Principal, Professor Tlokwampedi, members of MEC and ELG, all protocol observed. The VC has done a very good job in recognizing all of us in here. Good morning to you all. And let me start by congratulating the Vice-Chancellor on this remarkable occasion. It is so critically important to pause and look back and appreciate your hard work and commitment. I know of very few universities that do have this kind of initiative, VC. Shall we give our VC again a big round of applause? I've been asked to speak about a subject that is very close to my heart. And let me make a disclaimer that I will base my brief talk on the research mentorship book that I have written, and I'll give some personal anecdotes and experiences because I know you can read for yourself various books, journal articles, reviews on research mentorship. So I thought to be a little bit personal. And I'll make 4 points and sit down. It's so difficult to speak up after the VC. I feel like I'm contaminating his heartfelt speech, but please allow me to just do that. I hope this will serve as an inspiration to all of us this morning. Number one, I'll talk about the impact of research mentorship on my own career journey. From a humble background and as a double-bind minority in science, that is being black and being a woman with unique intersectional needs, my career path was not a linear one. It was filled with many struggles. It did not follow some scripted, prescribed algorithmic pattern based on a pre-existing model with some specific assumptions, parameters, or a priori factors that could predict where I would go. It was an unpredictable journey where the prospects of science success, let alone access, seemed delusional, even if all the confounding variables could have been controlled for in a regression model. And whenever I talk about a regression model, I remember how I messed up when I was doing linear regression, y equals to a plus bx, and then I mixed x and y, and of course got all the output wrong. So I had no track record, networks, collaborators, fellowships, memberships, nominations, awards. I didn't have publications. I didn't have a positive self-concept. The list is endless. But I stand here today because of the transformative power of mentorship. I am a living proof of the fact that mentorship works. I was developed, transformed, and sustained in my career journey by remarkable mentors of virtue, stature, and influence. Through mentorship, I found myself being elevated to bigger spaces and places and platforms, And my mentors generously imparted their skills, knowledge, and discipline that I needed to thrive in my scientific career. So I've had a similar experience as you, VC. I prevailed on their shoulders at every turn and at every stage of my career, moving from learning curve to learning curve. And by learning curve here, I don't mean some mathematical construct. I'm using it figuratively to indicate the lessons that I learned. And I believe that it was those learning curves that separated a generic or mediocre career that one had from, to an outstanding one. And having such a support system has kept me in the pipeline against all odds. And if I had been left to some self-help devices of my own, some DIY, I probably wouldn't be standing here today. 2, here is the truth. I know that many of you in this room have stories like this one, of the student who arrived unsure of their abilities but left as a confident scholar, of the researcher who found their niche because of the door that was opened for them, of someone who inspired ambition, gave you the confidence to aim higher and think bolder than you would have on your own, of someone who strengthened your values of integrity, perseverance, and commitment to the cause. Please allow me to say, behind every top researcher, every research supervisor, every groundbreaking study, every innovative solution, and every doctoral success story lies a relationship between those who have walked the research path before and those that are just beginning their journey. Mentorship is not merely a task to be added on the list. It is a calling. It is a labor of love where experienced individuals willingly give of themselves generously and consistently to shape, transform, and impact lives. It is about the ethos of our Strategic Plan 2035 of societal impact, nation building, social justice, equity, diversity, inclusivity, and sustainability. Success, colleagues, is not what you achieve in life. It's not the award that you're going to get here. It is what other people achieve through you. That is how we build a research ecosystem, and the VC has alluded to that. Thirdly, the hallmark of mentorship is generational change, where an investment in one person leads to an investment in others. Mentorship has a multiplier effect so magically. You empower one researcher, you well mentor them, they become a mentor themselves, and the cycle of excellence continues. An impact on one person extends across generations of scholars. The ripple effect of mentorship is truly the real measure of one's legacy. It is not the award that one gets. It is what you do with your God-given abilities, with the knowledge and skills that you have. For learning has little meaning unless it is passed on to future generations. Lastly, as I am about to sit down, it is both such a huge privilege and an honor to work for an institution like UJ that is investing in structures VC that you spoke about to support, among others, research mentorship. And that has developed solid mentorship initiatives from training to collaborative research hubs to postdoctoral development programs with the VC's vision of 1,000 PDRFs by 2035. How bold can we be? This is about the African Union Agenda 2063, the United Nations SDGs 2030, South African National Development Plan 2030, and UJ is leading in the front and others are following VC. At our university, research mentorship is not an afterthought, and we have seen this in action. We have seen seasoned academics who pour their energy, networks, and expertise into the next generation, planting seeds for the future, passing on not only their expertise, but their resilience, adaptability, and ethical compass. We have seen supervisors who go beyond the minimum requirements to ensure that their students are not graduating but thriving in their field. We have seen supervisors who make time for meaningful engagement, not just transactional supervision, despite the many pressures, as the VC mentioned. We have seen supervisors who don't only help students just to finish their thesis or plan an experiment or phrase a hypothesis, but supervisors who do much more to ensure that their students discover their scholarly voice, intellectual courage, and place in the global conversation. As I conclude, we celebrate today this kind of men and women who commit themselves to the future of science through mentoring others. No matter where you are in your career, let me challenge you. You are where you are because some wonderful person somewhere in your life came and contributed to where you are. Someone sacrificed for you, someone connected you to opportunities, someone put you under their wing, someone pointed you to opportunities, encouraged you when you wanted to give up. And it is that power, that transformational power of mentorship that we are inspiring you. If you are not yet mentoring others, we challenge you to go do so. If you are already mentoring others, please continue with the great work that you are doing. For if we neglect mentorship, we risk losing not only our future researchers, but also the soul of research itself. Let us therefore live here today with a renewed commitment to making this university the great University of Johannesburg, VC, I can't call it the way you do, not just a place of learning, but a place of becoming, a place to mentor, to guide, to lift as we rise. Helping others, colleagues, does not dim our lights, it makes our lights shine brighter. Let us go and change the world, and starting with our university, be an example that we've always been. I thank you.
Thank you so much, DVC, for that very inspirational speech. I think your phrase, UJ as a place of becoming, is so apt. I think it is. It is that. And I think we're privileged to be part of this culture. So thank you again for that. Now, colleagues, now is the time we've all been waiting for, the anticipated moment of the handover of the awards. So I'd actually like to call the VC, if he doesn't mind, back on stage to help me to hand out the awards to the colleagues today. I do want to just say as a disclaimer, colleagues, that we cannot give out awards to every single member in the booklet, the electronic booklet, because we'd be here for 2 days straight, because we have too many awardees. So that's a good thing in a way, but do know that you'll get your certificates. Everyone in the booklet will get a certificate. But today, those crossing the stage will be our top researchers and our top supervisors. So I'd like to ask the DV, thank you very much, VC. And I think perhaps, VC, if you stand this side, we can get photos of the flowers in, which might be nice. And also because you match. So everything works out. All right, so I'm going to ask, we have an award that will be handed out and a certificate. So we're going to have somebody coming across from that side of the stage with a certificate and somebody coming from this side of the stage with our crystal award. So we are going to begin with our top researchers. And these are the top researchers in each faculty who received the highest number of research-accredited outputs for 2023. And we'll begin with the mighty CBE. So if I could please call on Prof. Claude Helene Meyer. Pillay is here from the Faculty of Education, but I did want to shout out Prof. Jace Pillay was the highest producing accredited research output for the Faculty of Education, and I believe he deserves a round of applause even in his absence.
Can we ask the dean to receive it on?
We could. Yeah. Okay, the VC's asked if the dean, or I think Prof. Peterson is here, or if you would like to come and receive the award on his behalf, we can do so. Okay. Congratulations again, Prof. Peterson, for Prof. Pele. Okay, we have FADA up next. And so I'd like to ask Professor Ruth Sachs to please come up. Professor Ruth Sachs is the top researcher for FADA for 2023 outputs. I actually can't see into the audience, so I'm hoping Prof. Ruth is walking down. I can't see a thing. Can you see that? Okay, thank you. Please come through. Congratulations, Prof. Ruth. I'd now like to call on the Phoebe representative. I'm not sure if Prof. Clinton Egbev-Boa is here. I think he said he was traveling. So perhaps Prof. Michelle perhaps would like to come up and collect for Prof. Clinton. Top researcher for Phoebe.
It's all because of your leadership, Prof. Michelle.
Yes.
I said next time. Starting already.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now, colleagues, we have an interesting situation. We have a tie for the Faculty of Health Sciences. And so I'd like to call this two winners, but one of the winners isn't with us today, so I think we'd perhaps ask a representative of the deanery to come up for the second winner. But the first winner is with us today, so I'd like Prof. Rafiwa Paswana-Mafoya to please come up and receive a Top Researcher Award for Health Sciences.
She says she won't get it again. We must continue working.
We won't let that happen, Missy.
Prof, if others get it because of your leadership, then you will be getting it again and again. Isn't it?
And then the tied colleague was Professor Heidi Abrahamser, who could not be with us, so I think Prof. Ilverton is going to come up and collect on her behalf. Okay, next up is the Faculty of Humanities. And the colleague who had the most research outputs in 2023 is Professor Luke Sinwell. Okay, next up is the Faculty of Science, and our top researcher there is Professor John Maina. Next up, colleagues, is the Johannesburg Business School. Professor Arnesh Talukdari cannot be with us this morning. He's traveling, so I don't know if there's a colleague from the Johannesburg Business School, Prof. Audrey, or somebody who might be here to collect on his behalf. If not, we'll ensure that he does receive his award. I don't see anybody, I think.
Can we please ask Prof. Khan to receive it?
Prof. Khan? Thank you. So again, Prof. Arnesh Talukdari for the Johannesburg Business School. And then finally, the Faculty of Law, VC. So please congratulate Prof. Roxanne Laubscher. Right, colleagues, we move on to top supervisor now. So we'll begin again with the mighty CBE. Please can I ask Professor Leah Hewitt to come up. She's produced the most research graduates in the 2024 reporting year. Well done. Congratulations, Prof. Next up, the Faculty of Education. Can I please ask Professor Maximus Sofoto to come up on stage? Congratulations, Prof.
Focus, Prof.
Yeah.
I won't tell what Prof is saying.
All right, from FADA, please congratulate Professor Brenda Schmarman. From the Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment, please come up Professor Tianjin Jin. And I think, colleagues, there must be something in the water because health sciences has a tie again. So can I please ask the first of the health science winners, Professor Charlene Downing, to come up on stage? And I think to follow, Professor Christopher Ilverton also received this award, so the tied award again for health sciences. Congratulations, Prof. Prof. Ilverton. From the Faculty of Humanities, please come up Professor Baso Nzenza. Congratulations, Humanities. Prof. Baso. Right, next up, colleagues, the Faculty of Science. So please, can you come up on stage, Prof. Paliswa Nomgongo. And our final award across the stage, that is from Faculty of Law, Professor Almarie Fourie. Thank you very much, VC. Thank you for joining us on stage to celebrate with us. So, colleagues, once again, let's do a round of applause for all of our winners. And can I also ask for one more round of applause for all those winners acknowledged in our booklet who couldn't cross the stage today but will receive a certificate. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations to you all. So as we pause to reflect on these wondrous achievements, I now call on the mighty UJ Choir to come back once again to remind us about the gift of music being such a collaborative experience and bringing people together. So UJ Choir, please come through again.
Where to Wetutu wami, sithandwa sami, lavi wami, mayfohloza, dali wami, helele mayfohloza, kuba buhlungu inhliziyo, wethemba lami uma ngicabangana nawe, lavi. Wetutu wami, sithandwa sami, lavi wami, mayfohloza, dali wami, helele mayfohloza, dali lavi sweetie, waze wangiphatha kahle, ulale sifubeni, dali lavi sweetie, waze wangiphatha kahle, ulale sifubeni, helele mama, njengengane ngane.
Wangibamba letuze
Tutu sithandwa sami,
Koli mama esoda
sitimela sami sasezola, helele mama, njengengane ngane.
Wangibamba letuze
Tutu sithandwa sami,
Koli mama esoda
sitimela sami sasezola, helele mama, njengengane ngane.
Woza mayfohloza,
Lavi sweetie,
woza mayfohloza,
lavi sweetie, wetutu wami, sithandwa sami, lavi wami, mayfohloza, dali wami, helele mayfohloza,
woza mayfohloza,
lavi sweetie,
woza mayfohloza,
lavi sweetie, wetutu wami, sithandwa sami, lavi wami, mayfohloza, dali wami, helele mayfohloza.
One more round of applause as they go off. Well done, UJ Choir. We love you. I'm such a groupie around the UJ Choir, it's ridiculous, but they're honestly fantastic. So, colleagues, to bring our formal program to a close, we have one more speaker who's just going to come up and give us 5 minutes of her time to reflect on her own research journey. So I'd now like to call upon our National Science Technology Forum winner, Prof. Wendy Makato Dengelizwe, to please come up.
Thank you, Madam Program Director. Good morning, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, distinguished colleagues and guests, all protocols observed. I have been asked to present the 5-minute closing remarks and briefly reflect on my research journey and the support UJ has provided. Many years ago, I simply had a wish to one day be among high achievers. Today, standing here, that wish has truly come to life. I feel deeply honored and humbled to be part of this celebration and to be recognized as an award winner, contributing to putting the University of Johannesburg's name high on the map of research excellence. My journey with the University of Johannesburg began in September 2009 while I was still pursuing my PhD in chemistry at the University of Pretoria. Balancing the demands of a new academic position with the demands of a doctoral degree was not easy. But perseverance carried me through, and I completed my PhD in 2012. Again, stepping into the world of research came with challenges that required resilience, determination, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. In 2014, 2 years after settling into academia, I officially began my research career, Like many young researchers, I knew funding was important, but I didn't yet understand how crucial it was for building and sustaining research. Without initial funding, starting projects and buying essential materials was extremely difficult. A breakthrough came when I secured UJ's internal funding of 33,000 to purchase reagents. This was a vital step that allowed me to launch my first project and start building my research group. Supervising my first MSc student, Mr. Lige Tombeta, brought fresh challenges. Many of the instruments needed for his materials characterization were not available at UJ, meaning we had to travel to other labs and pay high analysis fees, which were well beyond what my funding could cover. This is where the spirit of collegiality at UJ truly shone. I borrowed reagents from generous colleagues and received support from senior academics in my department. In 2015, I successfully secured the NRF Tutuka funding, which lifted many of the financial pressures, enabling me to buy reagents, pay for analysis, and recruit additional postgraduate students. From 2016 onwards, I consistently secured financial support from the National Research Foundation and UJ's University Research Council. With careful planning, I progressed from an early career to a well-established mid-career researcher. I founded the Materials for Energy Research Group in the Department of Chemical Sciences, creating a structured environment for both my own work and the development of emerging researchers. As my group expanded, so did our funding needs. I sourced external funding, including successfully securing an ESCOM grant. Not every application was successful, but rather than be discouraged, I treated each setback as a chance to improve, refine proposals, and strengthen our competitiveness. Looking back, this journey has been one of persistence, collaboration, and constant learning. It has been made possible because of the supportive and enabling environment that UJ provides, particularly from funding mechanisms and research infrastructure to a culture of encouragement and excellence. As we celebrate the remarkable achievements in this room, from top researchers and supervisors to award winners and newly rated colleagues, I am reminded that while the path is never without obstacles, it is in overcoming those challenges that we grow, and it is through collective support that we thrive. To my fellow colleagues, being honored today, congratulations. Your dedication and passion inspire us all. And to UJ leadership and the broader academic community, I say thank you for believing in the power of research and for giving us the platform to dream bigger, aim higher, and achieve more. As we close this celebration, let us carry forward the spirit of excellence, resilience, and collaboration into the work that lies ahead. The journey continues, and I believe the best is yet to come. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Wendy. That was lovely, a lovely way to end our formal program. So now, colleagues, we have one more event, one more spot on the program, that is our celebration event. So I'd like to ask the videographer if he wouldn't mind coming down on stage, please. And I'd also like to ask the VC if he didn't mind coming back on stage, please. Something special is going to happen. Well, fire might be involved, VC, you'll see. But if you wouldn't mind standing in the center, thank you. We're just waiting, I think, for our videographer to come down. He's coming and have something special planned to finish off. Okay, excellent. I think the video is working. That's excellent. So I can ask my good friend Kadlecha to please come in from the side. As we bring through the research celebration cake for the VC to cut. And really, once again, this is to congratulate all of you sitting in this room. Well done on all of your hard work. We appreciate you and we thank you. Thank you so much, VC. Thank you, VC. Much appreciated. I shall eat that and enjoy it. Thank you, VC. Thank you so much, VC. And I just wanted to say, just to end off the program, colleagues, before you please join us in the foyer for some eats, thank you so much for being here. It's very difficult during the morning in a work week when you're teaching, etc., to come through and celebrate. So thank you for doing so. Thank you to the sponsors of our event. That's the Postgrad School, who helped out, and Strategic Initiatives and Administration, my other hat, who helped out as well. Bernice from UJ Events, UJ Gardens and Grounds for the beautiful plants that they brought through for the foyer this morning. Sapitsi Chapapa, a very talented craftsman and artisan at the DFC campus, for engraving the book covers for some of the awards. And to Pili and Kadlecho and our team of organizers, thank you so much for making this event special. So let's give ourselves another round of applause. Congratulations. And please, colleagues, join us in the foyer for some eats. Thank you.